Hey, do a welcome thing when you start.
Well, it started. Welcome. Welcome to Piss Me Off Podcast with Ron. And everybody knows me already. No need for introduction because I'm fucking famous.
Oh, here we go.
Did you think of anything to write down?
Man, I thought of so many things. My mind just started going blank. Like,
But you didn't write any of them down?
no, like the worst thing about breastfeeding in public is they don't wink back.
Because they don't wink back? Yeah, that's what I thought you wanted to do breastfeeding. Let's start off with breastfeeding. So obviously we should have an opinion on breastfeeding because we've never breastfed.
Everybody bitches about it, but I've never seen it happening. I've never seen a public breastfeeding. So
I have. Over here, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We was at Earl's last night and a little scuffle broke out between two chicks and this guy got in front of me and I'm like, move! I might see titties.
I've seen that less than I've seen breastfeeding in public because titties pop out in a fight. I remember this one girl in high school. There was this fight, and this girl grabbed her by the hair and started slamming her head on the pavement, the asphalt. Yeah, Sebastian River. Straight up
wow.
there.
Sound like some redneck chick, that Tammy chick you see on the internet. The one that's always got a cigarette in her mouth.
Tammy, I don't know her.
She does like funny skits on like YouTube.
It's a skit thing.
Yeah, she's actually pretty funny. So. Is that you playing music?
No.
Echo. Off. Oh, it was me.
What are we listening to?
We had like spa music going because we were having Chumley's hooves done. And he has to get upside down to do that, and he's not happy with it. So we were trying to soothe him with some music.
Good feng shui.
What were you doing?
It gets loud. The farrier came today to trim Chumley's the pig hooves.
Oh, okay. What, did he just squeal?
Oh, loud. The neighbor's like a block over here.
Bro, what kind of pig is that? Because he doesn't look like other like domestic pigs.
He is potbelly, but he's a mutation.
That's why he has like the forehead.
That's just fat. After so many litters, I guess the mother has a mutation, and we got it.
Cool. Those are the good ones.
Yeah, you think?
Did you see all the places up north like Philly and fucking New York shit are having another shutdown?
Some places are like not going to abide by it, and some are. The governor here actually just said cancel all masks. You only wear it if you want to.
Oh, really?
Restaurants and all.
We're not going to have another shutdown, which is dope.
Yeah, I didn't have a first one.
You didn't have a first one?
I worked the whole time and I didn't wear a mask.
Yeah, well, you have to wear a mask and everywhere over here, but I don't know. I think like you can override that shit by county though. Can't you?
I just tell them I have OCPD and can't wear a mask.
COPD.
Or COPD.
Yeah, I'm sure they believe you when you mispronounce the fucking disease. I have OCPD.
Some of them letters.
I have a bunch of letters. You guys having people over for Thanksgiving? Or
yes. Just random friends and probably kids.
Yeah, because there's like places, I think it's like California and stuff, you can't have like a party over, I don't know how many people it is, 12 people or something.
They need to just break California off and let it float away.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to. They're fucking ridiculous. That's why all the celebrities that are from there are moving to other places like Texas and shit. That's where Joe Rogan moved.
You gonna be over this way for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
You can swing by.
All right. I mean, I'll be there Thanksgiving night. I gotta leave the next day, so I'll stop by. I'll see Chumley.
There's gonna be lots of food left over, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well,
but what's with these questions you got tonight? These people don't give a shit about our Thanksgiving.
All right, so yeah, I don't have a whole lot. So you don't have any at all?
Well, I mean, I just every time I would think of something, my mind would go all kind of places, and I wasn't in a spot to write anything down. I think I'm pushing myself too hard to think about this stuff.
Right, yeah. I got a little too stoned when I got home from work, and I was trying to think of shit. And I'm like, yesterday I thought a good question stoned, and now I thought I could think of more questions stoned, and it was like the opposite effect. I was like, it's like a homework assignment. I can't think of anything good. But yeah, it just notepad. If you think of a question, write it down in notepad. You have an iPhone.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't write iPhone bullshit. I've got the little secret pen on the bottom of mine.
Oh, the secret pen, the old man phone. What is that phone even called?
The Note 10.
Note, that's what it is. All right. So here's a question. Do you stand or sit when you wipe your ass?
I'm fat and lazy. I stay seated until I'm done.
But there's people that do stand up. Like an alarming amount of people. Like when you're a big group of people, Thanksgiving, for instance, when you're there, instead of asking what people are thankful for, just ask everybody if they stand or sit.
How do you know how many people stand up to wipe? How do you know this?
I brought it up to a lot of people before. It's like a common question. Like I remember my friend, he just died like a few months ago, but he told me he stood up when he wiped. And that was the first time I heard that. And I was like, what are you talking about? That's like trauma or something. But literally, there's
Uncle Billy touch you as a kid?
Huh?
Did Uncle Billy touch you as a kid?
Well, Uncle Billy, that was my dad's name, so that is a little. So yeah, but you've never heard of anybody standing when they wipe their ass?
I've never had a conversation of how people wipe, so this is kind of new to me.
Well, this is the podcast, man. So that's what we do.
I've heard of some men sitting while they pee.
I can see.
She's heard of men sitting while they pee. That's kind of.
I can see you doing that.
No. I'm fat and lazy, but I'm not that fat and lazy or gay.
Just gay guys sit when they pee.
Why else would they be sitting to pee?
Why else would they?
She's lucky I aim.
Yeah.
He aims and he puts the seat down too.
Yeah, I saw a meme the other day that was like, girls always bitch about us not putting the seat down for them. Have they ever left the seat up for us?
Yeah.
Heidi.
I'm gonna put a fuzzy lid on the seat if you freaking forget to put it down.
Yeah,
Well, if she puts the little cover, the little cloth thing over the seat won't stay up on its own because it's so thick. It just keeps it forward enough to fall.
Yeah.
So I just pull it off, throw it on the floor.
No,
I've also think that I've peed on people's fuzzy toilets on accident. It's pretty gross. But I don't mention it. I just let them deal with that shit. All right, so yeah, that took up some time.
Did I start asking people?
Asking people what? If they stand when they wipe?
Down when they wipe?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thanksgiving, you're gonna have a bunch of people over there. I'm telling you, your mind will be blown. I guarantee you, it's half and half. That's how common it is.
Yeah.
Now you got me. As weird as it is, now you got me thinking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I kind of wish that you said that you did stand up when you wipe, so we could have a bit more like in-depth discussion. But now I need you to ask people, and then we'll come back to that. I guess we'll come back to that.
Your butt cheeks will clench.
Yeah.
That's what.
You stand up. A good swipe.
If you stand up, your butt cheeks go together.
Hey, I'm on your team. I don't get it either, but I think some of them like squat down. Like the reasoning is just sounds so stupid. But if you talk to somebody who stands where they wipe, they'll have like a lot of them don't understand how people sit and they wipe, which doesn't make sense to me either. Because exact opposite, your butt cheeks spread when you sit down.
The same people that have a bidet.
Have you ever tried a bidet?
No.
I want one.
I tried it because this guy we went to my friend's house, my friend's house in St. Pete, and he had a bidet, and my understanding was that it was supposed to be warm water. And not only like was that like jarring, just like cold water shooting like up your ass, it was literally shooting up my ass. Like it was
a bullseye.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You didn't have to like move around to find the happy spot.
No. It didn't feel good. It's like a high-powered like squirt gun. Like you figure to be like a lower setting, but that shit hurts. It doesn't even do anything.
Oh.
I mean, it didn't do the job. I had to finish it off with some pee.
While you sat down.
Yeah, when I wipe my ass. And sometimes, like, I've been so hammered, like, just in the middle of the night, I go and sit down on the toilet and pee. Especially if I have to take a shit, I will pee sitting down. When you take it, you stand up and pee and then like sit down to shit. Is that how?
Well, no, if I'm already there to shit, then yeah, no, I'll pee.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I just pee in the shower anyway.
Admitted to sitting while you pee, fairy boy.
Well, there's a reason why you're already sitting down.
No, yeah, I get it. Peeing in the shower saves water though, so that's economically friendly.
Well, it goes right down the drain. I mean, I'm showering, so it's not like I just pee in a dry shower and walk on.
I pee on girls in the shower. I pee on like their legs and stuff, and they get mad at me. It's fun.
No. As long as they're of age.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What was his name? The rapper that got caught peeing on a 15-year-old.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, yeah. Just don't R. Kelly it.
I don't like. Well, he was a little more deliberate with it. He filmed that shit.
Yeah. Well, I think if you're going to pee on anybody, it's kind of deliberate. Of age, not of age, male, female, you're going to pee on somebody. It's kind of deliberate.
All right, so let's get into of age. How'd you lose your virginity, Ron?
How?
Yeah, or like.
Well, there was a girl involved.
So it's not a good story or anything?
No, not really.
Okay, well, I gotta get.
It was my 21st birthday.
See? Damn.
Late bloomer.
Yes.
And then, okay, good story.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't have no.
See, this is.
It didn't happen in the back of a pickup truck in the hog field or nothing.
I already heard the story.
So there is a story.
Not. I mean, there's always a story, but it's nothing. You know, it was on my parents' couch.
There you go.
In the living room on my 21st birthday.
Oh, when you
somebody felt bad for you, or not felt bad for you. I mean, they just try to give you like a birthday.
She wasn't paid for.
Well, that's what I was saying. Getting at is like the birthday part. They're like, oh, I guess it's Ron's birthday.
No, we were dating.
Oh, okay. And she wanted to wait for your birthday to.
No, it just it wasn't like a thought about thing. I think it just kind of happened that way.
Your version too, or?
Yes.
I lost my virginity to an older woman. It was my sister's best friend growing up. So she was almost like a sister to me. You could call her stepsister. Not really, but like.
Now we're getting into some Pornhub stuff.
Yeah, well, that could be the next question. So we went to Halloween Horror Nights, and again, I knew this girl growing up. She used to pick on me. I mean, like she was over our house all the time. It was like having like a second sister. I hope my sister doesn't watch this. I don't think my sister knows this. I might have told the story. We were at Halloween Horror Nights, and it was me, my sister, her friend, and my sister's boyfriend and his friend. All right, so my sister, the three girls.
I gotta interrupt for a second. Are you wearing a fake mustache?
Am I wearing a fake?
Looks like half of it's gone.
No, it's pushed down to the side because I was wearing a mask when I went to go buy a beer.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do my makeup for this.
I know it looked like you were like wearing a fake mustache and half of it was hanging off.
Put your glasses back on. No, two girls, three guys. So it was my sister, her friend, me, my brother-in-law now, and the guy. And me and the guy were kind of like in like a playful way, like competing for her, just kind of like fucking around. Because I never thought I would hook up with her. And so the whole night, yeah, we had like a competition going kind of. And then I remember like there's like the pictures at Halloween Horror Nights, you know, they like take pictures of you and they're like kiss. And so I kissed her, and then I was like, I think I might have this. And we took Adderall too. I don't know if that's what helped her decision or not, but I just thought I'd throw that in there. And I lost my virginity. So we were at the hotel. There's 2 beds. There was my sister and her. It's her husband, but it was her boyfriend at the time in this bed, and then me, that girl, and that dude who I was competing with. I was in the middle, and we had sex with him in the bed. I mean, like not like crazy or anything. It was like spooning and shit, but I won, and he was right there.
Did he know?
I don't know. I never asked him. I didn't give a fuck. I lost my virginity, so I was more focused on that. She's hot as fuck too. I'll show you a picture.
Congratulations.
For Thanksgiving.
How old were you?
18.
18.
I was late too, but I mean, you kind of beat me by a mile there.
You feel bad. You should feel like a slut.
You feel like a slut?
15, 14.
She was 13.
No.
That's what you told me, 13.
14, maybe 13.
It was your sister's, friend of your sister's or some shit.
What's going on right now?
She was 13.
She was 13 when.
Yeah, and he was like 21. She just went all out slut with it.
No, I didn't.
Like 13 is kind of young, but
yeah.
Those are different times, man.
2 hands, how many people I slept with in my life?
What's that?
I can count on 2 hands how many people I slept with in my life.
On 2
Less
hands?
than 2 hands.
I can't remember half of them. So.
See? So I'm doing pretty good. Don't call me a slut. Where's your ass?
But it's so much fun.
What?
Calling her a slut.
Oh.
She told me not to call her a slut.
I was just young. That didn't make me a slut.
Yeah, that's really the guy's fault.
Right?
Yeah, what a douchebag. Who does a 13-year-old?
Well, I mean, most countries, the age of consent is like 14.
We're not talking about most countries.
Talking about America. Oh, yeah, so should I apologize to all the people who thought that I really thought that was a Black Lives Matter flag and that wasn't a joke?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, let's skip that then. See, we're running out of questions now. I thought maybe we could like dive into these a little more. At least we got,
Well, we got a start.
Yeah. So top 3 favorite chips.
Chips?
Or do you not
like
eat
potato chips?
No, French
Ruffles, and my top one is Ruffles Rigid because they're easy to dip with. I like
You like the Ruffles one?
Well, yeah, but what's the shit?
Hummus.
Hummus.
You dip Ruffles and hummus?
I'd dip you in hummus if we were on a deserted island and I need something to eat.
Yeah.
I love hummus. Pine nut.
It's really good. I put it on like good on burgers and it's good on scrambled eggs, actually. It's really good on scrambled eggs.
Really? I've never had it with like food. I've always just dipped the chip in it.
I know it sounds weird, but if you try it, it's got a real good like blend of flavors.
You know what else that I like that people think is really weird? Spam.
I like Spam too. I used to eat Spam.
I love Spam.
You also eat potato skins with blue cheese. That's weird. You're the only person that does that.
I'll eat anything with blue cheese. I love blue cheese. But yeah, I love. I'm a dipper. I gotta dip whatever I'm eating in something.
All right, so we got Ruffles. That's your number 1?
Yes, and then I like the Doritos, the ranch, the Cool Ranch, and
You like wheat
those.
thins?
Who?
You like wheat thins and you like the.
That's not a potato chip.
Oh, that's crap.
I like those like Bugles.
Bugles are good. So I was hoping it'd be like a weird combination: Ruffles, Bugles, and Doritos is an easy one. Have you ever had you probably haven't had them. Try it. You have Wawa over there, right?
Yeah.
Wawa. The only place I've ever seen them is Wawa, so they might sell them at Walmart or Publix or whatever. Voodoo chips. I don't even know what. I think they're like a bunch of different flavors together. It's like salt and vinegar and
Voodoo.
Voodoo.
Maybe because when I go in, I just grab if it's something barbecue or something flavor I like, I'll grab it. But
Or you like those harvest chips too?
Oh, the Harvest chips, yeah. Those they're like grain or something. They're good.
Sun chips?
Huh?
Sun chips?
Yes.
Yeah, sun chips, yes.
Sun chips are good. I don't even know. It's funny I wrote down this question. I didn't even think of what my favorite.
You are high because we're talking about food.
I wrote this question yesterday when I was high, so okay. Bro, listen, this is supposed to be like a 50-50 thing. I came to the table with questions. So if you want to think of a question real quick, be my guest.
Yeah, now you put me on the spot. I can't do that.
All right, so let's keep talking about fucking chips then.
You got any pets over there?
Yeah, I got my dog Elvis, a German Shorthair Pointer. He's like 12
You're
years
not on the same wall, so I don't see vote for Elvis. Or Pelvis or whatever it is that.
Yeah, Pelvis.
Yes, Melvis.
Melvis. So his name's I got Elvis when he was 4 years old. My dad gave him to me, and he just has like such a dumb face when you look at it. I thought Elvis was too.
We've got.
So I named him Melvis. His full name is Melvis Huckleberry Gump.
Huckleberry Dump.
Gump is in Forrest
Gump.
Stupid.
I got my Bubba Gump shirt on.
I've never been there.
Oh, I love it.
I don't even know.
We've got a blind cat. We got a cat that's an asshole, and we got a pig that's an asshole.
Well, I have a bunch of alley cat. Well, there's not really alley, but there's like stray cats, because we live in apartments. And
are you feeding them?
No, they eat the trash. Like I'm right by the dumpster.
Right by the dumpster.
Dude, this one time, the neighbors that lived above me before, the lady walked out, and I was like just really like hammered out of my mind, and I was like talking to the cat, the stray cat, and it was like crying to me. So I went and like boiled it chicken. You should, I don't usually feed cats, but I was just really hammered, and I don't know. I felt bad.
Conversation that evening?
Huh?
Was it a good conversation for you that evening?
You don't talk to your pets?
Well, yeah, my pet's a strange cat.
Well, I just have this like Dr. Doolittle type instinct with all animals. I can't help it.
Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah, I boiled cat chicken, and the motherfucker didn't even take a bite out of it. He didn't want to eat it at all, so I was pissed. And
maybe you make a better server than you do cook.
Well, yeah, you don't season shit that you're gonna give to an animal because it's gonna get. I remember my dog used to get such crazy diarrhea. Like when I lived in my grandma's house, he would be crying in my bedroom, and we would take him out, and I'd open the sliding glass door. He'd run all the way to the end of the yard, like the other corner, and I could hear him shitting. It was just like.
Didn't even try to bury it.
What?
Didn't even try to bury it.
No, why would you try to bury? You couldn't bury that. It was literally like sounded like human diarrhea, and I kept telling my grandma, I was like, you can't give him human food, he'll get sick. And she's like, oh, I'm not giving him human food. And I was like, well, then why is he having like this crazy diarrhea? She's like, well, maybe I gave him some meatloaf. I was like, meatloaf? Yeah, that's why he has fucking diarrhea.
For meatloaf that bad? What's your favorite drink?
Cocktail?
Yeah. Oh, was that it, or are you asking me?
Yeah, my favorite drink's cocktail. What does that mean? Any cocktail. No, okay, so I know you like White Russians. I'm a big White Russian fan. But
I haven't had one I haven't had one of those in years. A couple of years.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's say years. I was like, yes, it has been a couple of years since I worked at Outriggers, but
that's been a couple of years. No? She said it's not, but I think it's been. I've been stuck on the Crown Apple and Sprite.
I'll tell you a great. You like root beer?
Yeah.
So a great, like really underrated cocktail is bourbon and root beer because they both have vanilla flavors and like spice, and they both complement each other real well. I sell that drink all the time at work, and everybody always loves it. But it's just
bourbon and root beer.
Yeah. It could be like if you're making a cocktail, I wouldn't use like expensive bourbon, so I would just put Jim Beam, or I'll do like Maker's Mark or something.
Well, if you're gonna make a good drink, might as well use good bourbon.
Yeah, but bourbon is like, to real bourbon drinkers, mixing it with like a a mixer like that, like a soda, is like a no-no.
No, real bourbon drinkers mix it right out of the bottle.
Yeah, just drink it right
Pour
out.
it into a cup and drink it. It's like, oh, I can't do that. That burns the throat.
I'm a big fan of just drinking bourbon neat too. I have this really good shit. It's like, let me grab it real quick. Well, technically it's a rye. Slow and low, rock and rye. It's like an old fashioned in a bottle. Rye whiskey, raw honey, navel orange, raw candy, and bitters. Take a swig of that.
Got honey in it, probably smooths it out.
Drink moonshine?
Yeah, when I can get my hands on it.
Man, for some reason during COVID, like my dad gave me all his moonshine that he just didn't drink. And then I think I got moonshine from somebody else. It just happened that I just got all this moonshine at once, and I went through a fucking moonshine binge. It's the apple pie moonshine's best. Do you like whiskey or no?
Yeah.
So see if you can find some of this. I could never find it when I was down there, but
Slow and low, rock and
we
roll.
can get a sponsor.
Let me pull out my little notepad that you were talking about a minute ago.
Yeah, give me a pen. See if they want to sponsor this podcast where we have no questions for each other. They aren't about potato chips.
Yeah, we need to come up with better questions, that's for sure. I'm sure nobody gets it.
We'll leave that to you next week. It could be called Ron's Questions.
All right, I'll come up with some good questions.
You said you had a whole bunch. So I got another one. What songs make you cry?
I don't cry.
Yeah, you're too manly to cry.
Yeah. Actually, I don't remember. Well, that was a death, not a song.
So I have two songs that make me cry, and they're both country songs. And I literally can't like listen to them or I'll end up crying. And that's the song "My Wish" by Rascal Flatts. You know that song?
I can't stand Rascal Flatts.
Yeah.
Surfer punk starts trying to sing country.
Yeah, I know. It's pop country.
Well, his little spikes like shake when he's they vibrate and
I watch the music videos, but my mom wrote it on my like graduation card, and just like the lyrics hit me, and they make me think of my mom, and it makes me cry.
Well, that's a reason why. I mean, that's not to do with the.
Yeah, well, both of them are a reason why. I'm not just crying because I'm like, oh, I like the sound of this song. The other song is Tin Man by Miranda Lambert, but not just that song. It's like a country music award live version of it that she did. And I
say I've had a song make me cry.
What's that?
I can't say I've ever had a song make me cry.
I think you probably can. You probably just don't think about it. You probably have a lot. I can see you getting drunk and then you're like, oh man, to like maybe I don't really know what you listen to. You listen to.
You'd be surprised.
I know you listen to like 90s rap. I don't see you crying to that.
I mean, if my playlist would be like ICP to Ice-T to Dwight Yoakam, George Strait. I mean, it varies.
ICP is the Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
And you don't cry when people beat the shit out of you for playing Insane Clown Posse?
It's usually got headphones on.
That's the goofiest fucking rap duo of all time.
But the best rap duo?
No, I'm saying that ICP is. You can tell me what the best rap duo is, but I
don't know if there is a
fucking rap duo.
They are awesome. You know who else is
awesome? I feel like you're not hearing me right. I'm saying goofy, and you're saying awesome.
Oh, you don't like them?
No.
I think it's not necessarily more their words, whatever, but I mean they have a talent, they're just going the wrong way with it. That's like the Lonely Island Club.
Lonely Island, yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
on Saturday Night Live a lot.
Yeah, but they
have such talent, but they just waste it with this comedy stuff, and it's but it's.
You think they should be actually making like real songs?
I think they would do great. I mean, he can make good beats, and they've got great lyrics and rhyme. And
isn't there more value if you can like laugh to like a song?
Yeah, the comedy, yeah, but it's.
Yeah,
I listen to them all the time. They're hilarious.
I think actually Lonely Island's doing really good with it, and I think ICP is trying to do the same thing. ICP was first, obviously. I'm just saying they're trying to do funny shit with their lyrics. It's just not funny. It's lame.
Well, it's more of a demonic type. They're always wanting to cut somebody's head off with an axe and shit like that. But
so did Eminem, and Eminem was good. Eminem used to sing that shit all the time, and you're like, wow.
Some of their stuff is funny, just funny to listen to. And I like the music. A lot of their music I like, not necessarily what they're saying.
I feel a lot of backtracking on this ICP thing.
Well, we're allowed to have differences.
Yeah.
But the Lonely Island Club, they do a lot of stuff with Justin Timberlake, so that's probably what helped them.
Yeah, it all started on SNL.
Yes.
Yeah, they had him. Lonely Island Club, that's a good name for him. It's better than their actual names.
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat's a good one. What's the
Kids in My Pants, Mother Lover.
Mother Lover's the best one.
Dick in a Box.
Yeah, so they had Dick in the Box, and they did the Mother's Day one. The Mother Lover is my favorite one.
There's these two chicks that did a parody of that. It's called Puke in My Mouth. If you ever heard it, you got to go. It's just like Jizz in My Pants, but it's Puke in My Mouth.
Oh, and okay. I thought you meant Mother Lover.
Hilarious, dude. It's like the same music and everything, and they did a good job with it.
Oh.
They've got a nice flow when they rap. For two little skinny white kids, they actually rap well, even though it's comical.
Are you talking about ICP or are you talking about
the Lonely Island Club?
Yeah, it's three guys, and a lot of those guys are like have you ever seen the movie MacGruber?
I've heard of it, but no.
It was like an SNL skit that they made into a movie. They used to do that all the time. That's my favorite. When I lived in South Carolina, I didn't have internet or cable, and I was in this gas station, and they had MacGruber for $5. I remember seeing that movie in the theaters and laughing my ass off. It's one of the funniest fucking movies of all time, and it's way underrated. But the one of the guys from the Lonely Island, I don't remember which one it was. It wasn't Andy Samberg, who was the guy who was on SNL, but he directed that movie, and he's directed a few movies.
There's only two of them, and then Justin Timberlake every once in a while.
What's that?
I've only ever seen the two, and then Justin Timberlake every once in a while.
No, there's three. There's three guys on the Lonely Island.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Let me think of so the Jizz in My Pants, only two of them sing, but like I'm on a boat, all three of them sing or rap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then every now and then Justin Timberlake joins, and I think like Dick in a Box, it was only one of them and Justin Timberlake. So I mean, if they were.
Yeah, but because that was more for SNL, they were doing like digital shorts and stuff. Because they started doing Lonely Island, and Andy Samberg got picked up for SNL because they were putting this shit out on the internet. It's one of like the first viral stars, kind of.
Gotcha. They're just funny.
I agree. I don't think they put out much shit anymore, though.
Are you raving over the new PS5?
I don't think I'm gonna get it.
I still got the old Nintendo, Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay, so yeah, you're a few consoles back.
I played the shit out of Mario World. I love the Mario games. Huh?
Or Mario Kart, not Super Nintendo.
No, not Mario Kart. The regular Mario's.
Right, but I'm saying, but Mario Kart it would be later, right? That wasn't on Super.
Yeah, that's like what was that? Sega or not Sega, but
Nintendo 64 probably.
After the
yeah, Nintendo.
GameCube or something.
Come on, man. No, the Nintendo 64 had Mario Kart.
Oh, 64.
Yeah. Drums or flats?
Drums. And I eat wings with a fork, so shut up.
You eat drums with a fork?
Yeah. I peel it off and then dip it.
In blue juice.
I don't like dip the whole drum in and just start eating.
That's what I do, and that's kind of why I like drums better. Actually, this is my philosophy on wings. If you're doing a sauce on them, I do all drums extra crispy. Because if they're not extra crispy, then the chicken juice like mixes in with the sauce, and it's like it kind of dilutes the sauce.
I do like them extra crispy.
However, if it's a dry rub, which I like better, usually like a.
I bet you do.
What? Like lemon pepper, so I get them normal because you want the wings to be juicy with like the dry rub, and I'll get flats then. That's because their flats are good that way, but I don't like flats. Fucking.
I don't like ask for anything specific. I get what I give, but I prefer the drums, and I always just peel it off with the bone with a fork.
My sister just peels like all the chicken off with her fingers, and she gets really mad because I watch her, and she's like embarrassed by the fact that she does that.
I know people do weird things. I got a friend I used to work with.
Up when they wipe their ass.
We'll pull into McDonald's, right? We're sitting there. He stretches out his paper, places his burger, whatever burger he got, then he dumps out his fries, then he'll open up each individual ketchup packet, squirt it up, and he'll eat every single fry one by one, nonstop. First, dip it in the ketchup and eat it. Dip it in the ketchup and eat it. One fry at a time. And this is every single time. Then once the fries are gone, then he picks up and starts eating his hamburger or Big Mac or quarter pound, whatever he got, and finishes the burger. But every single time it's the exact same thing.
I used to always eat the burger first and then eat the fries. And then my fat friend showed me, he's like, man, you're doing all wrong. And he's like, you gotta eat some of the burger and then eat some of the fries. And then ever since I was shown that, that's what I did.
Some of the burgers, some of the fries.
Yeah, because it was just dumb to do it the opposite way.
Well, I think it's just weird to eat one or the other. I eat back and forth too.
Right. That's all I'm saying.
But I haven't been to McDonald's in forever, so it's and I feel healthier for it, I guess. Not necessarily am healthier for it, but I feel healthier for it.
We're not going to McDonald's?
Yeah. Now Burger King, I'll eat shit out from Burger King.
Okay. You feel healthier for not going to McDonald's, going over to Burger King. I like Burger King. It's got like that distinct. I used to hate.
I like the Whopper with cheese, or the original chicken sandwich.
I like the spicy chicken sandwich. So they've had that 2 for $6 forever, and I always used to get the spicy chicken sandwich with like I guess just a Whopper. I don't think I add cheese to it.
I don't like spicy.
They come with cheese.
Hmm?
Wouldn't more people want cheese on it? Isn't it kind of stupid that it doesn't come with cheese?
Yeah, no, they don't come with cheese. Yeah, you have to ask for it. But that's a money thing. That's they can charge you that extra 40 cents for a slice of cheese.
Okay, I didn't think about it that way.
It's an employee. It's all about the money.
Big into conspiracies?
Stop laughing. Yes and no. I don't like to get involved with them, but I do analyze them to myself. I don't like
force them on your wife.
Yeah, it's kind of there's a lot of these theories that I wish I had proof on one way or the other because I don't know. Like the Twin Towers, I'm kind of leaning toward and was our government, but I wasn't there, so I don't know.
So, you know the guy, what the fuck is his name? The guy he's living in Snowden, Edward Snowden.
Mm-hmm.
He was, he worked for the NSA, I think, and he was he basically had access to all this information about, I think it was like whether the government was watching us. I don't have, it was something to do with, I think like listening to us through the cell phone, something like that. He moved to Russia because he was going to get arrested for treason. He had all that information, and he says that like, no, the government didn't like basically put a hit out like to fake it, but they did know about it and didn't report it before it happened. Like they knew when it was happening. They didn't report it because it's something with like the FBI and the NSA don't disclose information to each other. And I think after that happened, that changed and now they have to. Something like, I watched a whole podcast about it, and my brain doesn't always retain all like facts.
It's the weed. I was doing a repipe this few months ago with this lady, and I'm sitting there and I'm working, from the house, and all of a sudden she starts screaming and yelling. I turn around and she's looking up at the ceiling. And I thought she was talking to me because I'm the only one in there. And I'm like, excuse me? She goes, oh, I'm talking to the cameras. So she walks back to her room in the back, and I'm like, there were no fucking cameras. Come find out, she's like, she's mental. She thinks aliens have kidnapped her, and the government's after her now because they put secrets in her. And oh, dude, this woman was like way off her freaking rocker.
You might have paranoid schizophrenia, is what that sounds like.
It's just she bad.
Yeah, it gets worse over time.
She wouldn't turn on her TV because she thought it was watching her. She thought her plumbing she actually went as far as the pipes that I put in. She said that the government made me do it so they could listen to her through the pipes.
So I'm not gonna say anybody's name here, but I just kind of like figured out recently that one of my like friends has paranoid schizophrenia, and he doesn't want to like get help. He doesn't realize it. So it's like, it's crazy how something like that could happen to your brain.
Yes.
They really believe like the things that they're saying.
Well, it's funny when you don't know the person, it's kind of weird, but when it hits that close to home, it's got to be a lot different.
I don't want to get too much into the story because I think he watches all my stuff and probably already gone too far, but
that's why we're here.
Yeah.
We should have probably called it Gone Too Far.
Gone Too Far. We might have to change the name because I still have to put out the 2 other episodes of the other podcast. I mean, it's still Piss Me Off, but it was about the series.
About which way people wipe. I think we have gone too far.
Really? Because I thought that was kind of tame. I was like, let's work our way into this.
That was kind of a pretty solid start, though.
Which way people wipe? Well, people do. Like, I don't know. I wish we had somebody that we should interview a stand-up wiper. Talk to your friends and see who's a stand-up wiper, and then we'll have them on and talk about their.
What would we ask them? We already know they wipe standing up. What else is there to ask them?
Why?
I don't want to shake his hand.
Why? The toilet paper's in your hand regardless, unless you use the bidet.
This is weird. Now I'm thinking about
it. Stands? I know it really stands, but what was that to do with shake his fucking hand? Every person in history has used their fucking hand to wipe their ass.
Unless they have a bidet.
True. That's the new age thing. We don't have to use our hands to wipe our ass anymore.
That's just lazy. And I'm all for lazy, don't get me wrong, but that just takes the cake.
I'm just afraid you're going to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know. What do you think? You think that's it?
Yeah, I need to come up with some questions of my own. People need to put in comments what they want to ask. We'll ask the questions on here.
So we did pretty good for my channel. I'll say that we got like 80 views in like a couple of days, and that's one of the better ones that I've ever done. Again, probably just because you're like a new face, but also I think it's just different. People aren't listening to me talk about a fucking story the whole time. But Bubba did comment, so we need at least a comment from Bubba.
Who's Bubba?
Bubba from fucking Outriggers.
Oh, Bubba. Okay.
We need at least a comment from Bubba on
ideas for next. Let's give me some questions.
Ideas. Give us something to talk about, Bubba, and then anybody else who's ever fucking commented some questions. That person doesn't like me burping all the time. I'm sure I burped a few times in this podcast.
Yeah, I think you got 1 or 2 squeezed out.
Yeah, just think of something and we'll talk about it. And then we also have to think of some shit too. I don't get. I don't think I put enough time into it because I did it yesterday before I went to work, and then I did it today right when I got off work. And again, it was
been kind of busy at work, so while I'm at work, I'm kind of thinking about work. But I do need to. It'll get better as we do these. That way, I can.
Work second, Ron. Podcast first. That's the credo now.
I'm sure my boss will like that.
Just to think of questions, that's going to happen.
So now I know what direction you're going, what kind of questions. So I should be able to come up with some weird shit.
Yeah. Well, like I said, maybe I won't give that idea away. We'll just keep that between us. So we have at least another podcast worth of something before we die out. I told you about it, but I'm going to keep it a secret from people watching. That way they don't know what we're going to do. I see you're confused.
Yeah.
I told you about it. Don't worry about it. I'll text you afterwards.
Yes.
All right, man.
Stay safe up there in the ghetto. We'll catch you on the next one. People give us some ideas, and
it's safe down here. It's just poor people.
Well, they're rich enough to buy guns.
I don't know how many of them have guns, but we got guns here, so we're gooch.
All right, Bubba.
All right, later.
Lock loaded.